Nós jogamos também no mapa exclusivo Turbo BR, viu? Desafio.
Sim.
Vem pra cá se divertir. Minha carga. Abre o tab aí, clica no meu nome, Márcio Loz. Tem a opção copiar.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm getting there. Just cruising through Europe at the moment. On my way to the Czech Republic to deliver a massive, huge trailer that is that thing. Yeah, we're getting there. Mooching on. Mrs. Charmer looking at me right now like, why the hell are you talking to yourself? Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy as all hell. If I go uphill, my truck struggles like all hell. And you'll never believe it, I'm online, and then the first thing I did when I pulled out of the truck stop after picking up this load was get rammed off the road by another trucker. So, you know. I probably could have selected well, I don't have any of my own trailers at the moment, but the trailer that it came with, but I think needs to be this big to fit the size of the load because of the width of the load. Well, I pulled out the junction, I started accelerating along the road, and then this other guy with a lighter load comes flying up the outside of me, and then he just drives into me, nearly rams me off the road. So, being online, I submitted a report for dangerous driving and collisions, blocking me from driving down the road. And then he's in the chat like, why? It's like, well, why do you think? You just tried to drive me off the road, you fool. You needed to merge, make sure that the full length of your truck is ahead of mine. Especially considering that my truck probably weighs about 2 tons more than yours. Which, if you're looking at the heads-up display, if he did, he did it in a different language. So I couldn't understand what he was saying. But if you look at the heads-up display, you can see that the truck is quite a bit of red on the truck where I've had damage, but that's because he decided he was going to ram me off the road. Oh, truck malfunction. So the first thing I'm going to have to do once I've... No, he didn't radio, he typed in the chat, because I don't know how to do it, because I've never done it, but you can type in chat on online mode. I've got 20 hours worth of time left to do 3 hours worth of driving. but all of my settings are still the same. Even though I don't have any other mods that I would normally have installed. So I'm not sure exactly. Well, the reason that there's no traffic is because all the servers would struggle to keep up with traffic being calculated for every driver on the road. But usually there's more other truckers around that you can see. Not every other vehicle is a truck as well. Some you can buy normal cars to drive around in. Again, it's something I've never done, so. My luck to hit every friggin' red light on this road. And I've been grinding away on American Truck Simulator 2 as well, so that I've got a decent truck to follow you around in. I don't think that the parking gets harder the higher level you are. I think it just it's, well, certainly because of the way that I've got it set now, it's random, so I'm never going to get to choose whether it's an easy park or a difficult park. All of my truck physics settings are the same as they were on that the other stream I did, where I can roll it very easily and things. So if I'm not careful when I'm going around corners at speed, you can see the amount of roll I've got on the cab. fill up the tank before we set off again. Yeah, I can be around tomorrow. I can be around tomorrow or the next day, just let me know. Give me a shout in the afternoon, let me know what you want to do. I'd have to reinstall Project Zomboid and all the mods because when I changed some PC parts around, I had to format the drive that the Project Zomboid files were installed to. But I believe all my Project Zomboid stats and everything are saved to the server side. Yeah, I should. If I don't have room, I'll delete some stuff and move some stuff around. I should have space, but I've got a lot of big games installed at the moment. No, if I move data around, I just mean uninstall it from one drive and reinstall it on the other. It won't take long. I've got a reasonably good internet connection, so it doesn't take me that long to download games and stuff usually. Well, I can do American Truck Sim as is because it's ready installed, and I'll make sure I've got Project Zomboid installed as well. And I'll connect to the server before we go live as well, so that I'll make sure I've got all my mods in order. Oh, and I found out I should be able to use my phone as a webcam once I install the appropriate software on the OBS side and connect my phone to it. I just need to make a way of propping my phone up properly, which is probably not going to be too difficult because I can borrow some Lego out of my son's Lego collection and make a prop for my phone. That's a heavy bit of roll. No, it's an extension for OBS. I've just got to make sure I've got the right software installed before I do it. that could be part of it. You've downloaded the Mac version of OBS, whereas because I'm running the Windows version, I've got to download an extension for it. But it's a part of the official OBS stuff. I just haven't got it installed yet. Either that or the extension was so quick and easy to install, you did it when you first installed OBS and you don't remember doing it. But either way, it's done and it works. But here I go on my way to Wien. I'll be honest, I've never tried, but I think because it's the I don't have iTunes installed on my PC because I don't use my PC to connect to my phone. I just never have done. I don't have any music or anything installed on it, so. Overran the line a bit there. Not much, but still. Brno. close enough, that'll do. Yeah, thought so, because idiot tried to run me off the road. We'll just drive for now. Let's see, let me see, where's the nearest service station? Where is the nearest service station? Is that it? Is that a service station? Or is that a rest point? I'll tell you what I can do. Service station. There we go. Hey look, it looks like Chinaras. I was looking where I was going. Service this, look, see how much this is going to cost me. 25% damage. Absolute bastard. If you want to buy dogs and things like that, you need to come to a service station like I've just done, and then in the truck configurator, you should be able to click, is it this one? Yeah, this one, and then you look over to the seat, click the seat, and it'll show you all the things you can equip. And if you've got the dog, one of these should be the dog. Get out of reverse. Yeah, I could do. I don't have. I don't know. I don't think this particular stream will be staying on the channel once it's ended, because right at the very start of it, I pretty much doxed myself by showing my email address by accident. Right, where should we go? Got Brussels, got Cologne, and go down to Italy somewhere perhaps. See where they've got. Milan, I can go to Milan. I've never been down that way. Ooh, I can go to Venice, didn't know I could go to Venice. Yeah, I probably should do that actually. Just clip the first 5 minutes of the video out. That's me agreeing to terms and conditions after they did an update to the mod. I've not been anywhere in Switzerland yet. Zurich, Geneva, Bern. But yeah, if I go, the closer you get to France, when you go back to France, this is like the busiest area of the map, because this is where everybody seems to congregate. Like Calais is rammed. So if I was to go to Brussels, but yeah, the map's quite big, so I can go as far east as Slovakia, and I can go all the way up to Aberdeen. I don't have Norway and Denmark and Sweden. I'm pretty sure well, I know for a fact you can get all these countries as well if you've got the DLCs. I just don't have any of them. I don't know about Spain and Portugal. I've never... This is the base game, yes. And if you buy the France DLC, then a lot of the cities around here get filled in as well, as far as I know. But I think today we're going to go to Milan. See if we can pick ourselves up a nice suit on the way. If I do have any DLC for this game, it's the base. It's the free DLCs for the vehicle packs and stuff, which gives you like paint schemes. To be honest, I've never played any racing games that required a wheel that weren't like arcade games. And by arcade games I mean go and sit in an arcade and play the games that way. I've never actually played it with a wheel. When I was very young, well, not very young, I guess, because I'm old enough now, but when I was younger, my dad did have a driving wheel for his PlayStation Gran Turismo games, but I never felt the need to plug it in because it was just more complicated than using the joystick, or the joypad, or whatever it's called. Weed. Sick. Grass rolls. Ugh. Not the fun kind of grass neither. Yeah, I'm 35. I'll be 36 in April. It's not that young. And I bet I've got more grey hairs than you do. This is going to be the friggin' end of my day. To be honest, I don't think I've ever seen Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I used to watch Black Books and things like that. don't know, really. I don't. I just see nice scenery and then like, ooh, that's nice, and then just carry on driving through. I don't really make note of the places I'm driving to or from. I just pick up a job and start driving, really. This truck's got plenty of grunt under the hood. This is the truck where I was doing 33, 32 miles an hour over the speed limit by accident. Which is instant no license. Probably never be allowed to drive again if I was caught doing that. I could do. That would be a fun challenge. But some of because I would have to do that in the offline mode, because in the online mode, a lot of the cities have hard speed limits enforced, so you can enter the city going faster than that. But I can't. I keep accelerating. Once I hit that speed limit area, the game like forces the truck to slow down naturally, and then when it gets to that speed, it lets it maintain that speed. And some of the city zones are absolutely huge. Oh, downhill curve. This is going to be fun. Yeah, so it's hardwired into the truck, so that in certain towns and cities you're forced to go at a certain speed, because no doubt they've had people screaming through those places and causing pile-ups and all sorts of things. So they've hard forced a speed limit in certain areas. Yeah, server side. And as you can see at the moment, I've turned off the F2 side mirrors, so that it's forcing me to use the actual mirrors if I want to start merging lanes and things. Oh yeah, I can well imagine, like, all it takes is one dodgy computer day, and then the damn things are going screaming through like 30 limits at like 60, 90 mile an hour. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a hard-coded, it has to follow. Like when it's passing through this part of the Google Maps, it's forced to travel at a certain speed. It's hard-coded into the system. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Well, that's when self-driving cars are going to be a thing as well in that, aren't they? When it's like no hands on the wheel, dystopian future, iRobot style. You just tell it where you want to go and climb in. They took our jobs. Oh yeah. Now I've said this before to people. It's like, why would you not? If people hate being farmers so much and hate driving farming vehicles and things like that, why would you not make the vehicles remote internet controlled and have people playing farming sim, but actually driving across fields? Like, you've still got to get certified on test fields and things like that, but have them remote connect to the combine harvester and drive it up and down someone's field, so that they wouldn't have to pay someone real money to go out there and drive all day. They could just pay some muggins on the internet that's already playing farming sim to do it. Because there's people that would do that. Hell, there's people that would drive real trucks along real roads if they were remote controlled. But then you're reliant on decent internet connections everywhere there's a highway, which just isn't a thing. Yeah, you just get a blackout in your town and it just shuts down your connection. Your truck just goes straight line off a cliff. Now, I imagine there would still be certain certifications in place, and like, you've got to have such a good internet connection and things like that, but I reckon it could be done. Or even commute to like a local data center where you can't have your kid run over, so you don't have to leave your town to go trucking across Europe. You can just drive 30 minutes an hour up the road to a local data center, and then you sit in a sim rig and then just drive across Europe for somebody. I'm delivering 50 tons of dildos to like some discreet back corner of Germany, but you've never actually left your hometown. Oh yeah, definitely. Once we figure out like a way to make the trucks big enough. Sorry, drones big enough to carry certain things. Big Chinook-sized unmanned aerial vehicles. Now, again, I've been looking at cheap VR headsets so that I can connect one to my PC so that I play this with head tracking. So I'd still be playing on mouse and keyboard and everything, or at least for now, but when I look around with my real head, it would track the camera so that I could look over there and check out the rear views. Well, what I would do then is if I wouldn't be looking at a screen at all because I'd be wearing the screen on my head. It would just be like a Quest 2 or a Quest 1, just wearing it on my head, and so I would see through the VR headset what's going on the screen, because you tell your PC that that's your display output, and then you tell the OBS to capture whatever's on those screens and hopefully convert it to single screen. But the problem is then I would have to have any YouTube chat as semi-transparent over one side of the screen or across the bottom of the screen, so I can still read it while I'm playing the game. I used to have a Quest 2. Sold it a while ago, but I used to spend hours on that thing, so long that my head would get too sweaty and I'd turn my head and the headset would stay where it was. Plus I used to have really long hair and it was in a ponytail, so I used to have the head strap in a funny position to fit my head ponytail. Yes, now I want to play Elite Dangerous as well in VR, which is very much like Star Citizen but not quite as in depth in certain aspects, and a lot more in depth in others, as far as I'm aware. But then again, my only exposure to Star Citizen is what I've seen you playing. Once I've cleaned out my hard drives and made sure that I've not got anything installed that I don't need to have installed, I think it's games I don't play anymore, that kind of thing, I'm going to go into, I might get Elite Dangerous installed. But my original campaign career, if you will, of Elite Dangerous was played on the PlayStation, so that's the way I learned to play the game. So when I tried to transfer my playing onto the PC, when the PlayStation servers for Elite Dangerous stopped being live, they were in a legacy state, so they don't get updated. But they were continuing to update on the PC, so I transferred my content over and started playing on the PC. But I couldn't get used to the controls because I was used to playing it on keyboard and mouse. On controller, not keyboard and mouse, so it was such a different experience. I struggled with it a lot, and I just kind of put it down and never went back to it. The difference between Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous, as far as I understand it, the primary difference is that in Star Citizen you've got so many systems to explore. Oh, absolutely. Like, when the PvP shit hits the fan, and when I'm playing on deathmatch servers, I feel absolute trash. But when I'm just playing normally, just casually for my own entertainment, I don't feel anywhere near as terrible with response times and things. But I am the very definition of your average gamer. I am not a PvP god by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not very particularly good at things like COD or PUBG or anything like that, especially DayZ. And again, recently I bought Arma 3, which is very similar to DayZ, but obviously not the same. But I've yet to play that. It's sad as well because I've got like nearly 6,000 hours in DayZ, and I don't feel any better at the gunplay than I ever did when I first started playing. I can survive my way out of anything. Oh yeah. Yeah, baby on stilts. Yeah, 100%. So now this is a nice place to... Oh, this is going to be fun. Took that corner a bit fast. But now this is a nice place to drive through. The only problem is I don't have much time to look at it because I'm concentrating on the road. For me, the absolute perfect ideal setup for this would be steering wheel clamped to the desk with a gear stick and pedals on the ground and a VR headset. And if I was playing Elite Dangerous through the VR headset, I would want the two joysticks with the throttle control in between. Oh, wants me to go through there instead. Oh, do you drive on automatic? I don't drive an automatic. I've got fully manual control over the gears, which is why you'll sometimes see me set off in third and sometimes see me set off in first. Sometimes I even set off in sixth because I don't realise I haven't downshifted enough. I don't have a clutch though. I don't have clutch control. Well, technically I can't drive either. Not legally. Not because I've lost my license, I've just never got it, so... Well, if you look at the dashboard there, the blue patch, as far as I understand it, is like ideal revs per minute. So you want to try and keep the revo in that patch there, and then the white patch is obviously like this is the time to change up. And if you hit red, you're revving over too high for your gears. But when you're setting off, you want to be in low gears and then crank up through them. Because otherwise, if you're trying to accelerate in a high gear, you've got no torque at the bottom end. Quick butchers of that. Oh, telepass, that's what I want. No, I probably don't actually, because I don't know if I've got the telepass thing installed, which I probably don't. Oh, cut short. So telepass, what is a piece of software you can mount it on your dashboard, but I think you have to buy it as an upgrade for your truck. And it basically just, you drive through the checkpoints and it registers the telepass as you drive through, and then it'll charge your account without you having to fully stop. As far as I know, you just have to slow down. But again, I could be wrong, each of them might have to stop and then just go again. But in that case, what's the point? Why not just check my reg and charge me? I don't believe so. I believe if you've got the telepass stuff installed on your system. But again, the map that I'm playing on now is slightly different to the map that I was playing on if I was on vanilla, because it's a modded version. So I don't know how that telepass stuff interlinks with that. I don't know whether that's part of the mod or if it's part of the base game. Wish I was sat a bit further forward, to be honest. Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs. No problem, Sammy. I think this will probably be my last delivery anyway, so if there's anybody else watching, hi, thanks for popping in. Thanks again, Sammy. Just give me a shout on Discord when you're ready to convoy open. Project's on board. How far out? 180 miles, so I don't know, not a million miles away. Let's try this telepass thing. No, I see there's no green thing, so I don't know. Oh, there you go. Yes, you just have to slow down. Oh, if Sammy's going to fall asleep, then I don't care about speed limits. We've got to get him parked up. Although we have got a nice big cushion in the back he can keep on. We're going, we don't need speed limits. I'm going to use every inch of this road to try and make sure I don't roll the damn thing. Danger music now. I have been with you almost a year and a half, I believe. I know that you were a good while into your DayZ streams and things before I managed to catch on. Now, there's not a lot of your content I don't enjoy, but personally, and this is just pure personal taste, the deathmatch streams I don't enjoy that as much, because that's just fight, die, fight, die, fight, die. But I tune in because you're a good crack. You're enjoyable to listen to and have a chat with. If it were up to me, there would be a lot more Sarantan style stuff A lot more of the rando runs where you're going around looking for randos to meet up with, things like that on the DayZ streams. The Star Citizen, I'll just sit and watch that because I don't know what the hell it is, what the hell I would be doing if I was playing, and it's interesting. And I like the trucking things because not only can you see how much you enjoy it, it's also interesting to see how other people play this game. And it's just a chill game. But you're such a good crack with just being fun to have a chat to, and catching up with, like you showing off your music and things when it gets into like a duller moment, or like what you might consider other people to think is a less interesting moment. You'll slap some music on. But you're always on top of your chat, which is one thing I'm still getting used to, still struggling with looking to the second screen because I don't have the 98-inch curved widescreen type setup. I've just got two monitors beside each other. But no, I don't see you get stressed in deathmatch in a way that is unenjoyable to watch. I see you getting frustrated in deathmatch in a way that we can see that you want to be better at the game, and you're pushing yourself to get better at the game. And seeing you get stressed and wound up at that is entertaining because of the responses that you have. That you know, like that kind of reaction. Excuse me, hiccups. But yeah, the reactions that you have. Next time you're playing American Truck Simulator, I would look out for above those toll points, see if you can see a lane that says telepass, because it might just mean that you can go through there without having to fully stop, look at the guy next to you, pay the toll and then drive on. It might just automatically charge your account, because it just means that you've got to slow down as you go through so it can register which, you know, the truck. It could be. I don't know. I've not paid enough attention on American Truck Simulator to do it. But it was something I only recently discovered in Euro Truck Sim. But I tell you what, those weighing stations are an absolute pain in my behind. Drive through here, stop here, let us weigh you, let us inspect the damn truck. It's like, no, you know what I'm taking, you know where I'm taking it to. Just let me go. I've not even been to Mexico, there's no one hiding under the truck. Getting there now. 18 miles. But yeah, that's one thing I do agree with. The merge roads on Euro Truck and American Truck Sim, they feel very short. I've been on the motorway plenty of times as a kid, and travelling with family and things, and the motorway, the merge lanes always feel like 3 or 4 times longer in real life than they do on this. I don't know. I don't know if I would want to play the bus. That's the one where you drive around Berlin or something, isn't it? I think I've just done that entirely wrong. Oh, never mind. Could be a fun game. Am I going in there? I think I am. Bohag, yeah, I'm in the right business. I just didn't know if that was the right door. Coming in on the wrong side is what I'm doing. I'm not using the digital mirrors anymore. Oh, no, cut that right up again. Oh no. What have I done? I've overturned. Oops. Nobody saw anything. You can't prove it. Yeah, that's it. If I don't bump the door, they won't come in. They won't come and let me in. Let's see. I'll let's have a look, shall we? Oh, it's within the lines. I mean, they can get stuff otherwise. It might not be centered in the lines, but it's in the lines. It's not lined up with the door, but I'm sure they can figure that a bit out. That's it. Give them something to do. If I do all the work for them, I might as well just unload the truck myself. And then there's this lemon who's sat here just, having a cigarette on the toads. Sunman. Oh, I thought you saying his name was Sunme. I was like, okay. Let me have a look. F5. No. I need fuel. While I'm here, I may as well discover whatever these are. I think that's a recruitment agency. Or is that a service station? Yeah, recruitment agency. And there's a truck park up over here, so people can have a quick rest. dipped off the road a little. It's nothing, I promise. Yeah, there she is. The beaut. Oh, it totally does. Like, there's what, one light in this entire car park. Oh, two. There we go. There's 2 lights in this entire car park. Yeah, I would not be sleeping here overnight. Not without a gun in the truck. I'm in danger. Yeah, totally. Absolute Ralph. That's actually a vanilla feature. You can get that. It's just the dashboard, dash license plate. And if I press... if I start the engine again, you can just see that the lights are all blinky on top. In fact, I'm going to adjust my seat. There we go. I want to be probably about there. So then when I actually look out the side of the window, I'm actually looking out the side. But now I need to adjust my mirrors. Oh no, that should do. I guess I can work with that. That one. Put that forward and then tilt that down so I can see what's going on right by my door. But I can still see the door handle. There we go. Yeah, I feel like I'm tucked right up under the wheel, the wheel now. But when I look to the side, I want to be looking out of the side of the truck, not into the side of the door frame. But I don't know why his neck moves forward and round. Don't understand. Yeah, exactly. The mugging mirror. I can see if anyone's sneaking around in front of my truck. Oh, you would have no trouble with that friggin' giraffe neck on you. Brilliant. Oh, well, that's another dud day's trucking. I've earned another 40,000 poundage. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's probably a good time for go to sleep. Enjoy, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for leaving any likes and things that you did. And if you didn't, oh well, never mind. There's always next time. Otherwise, catch you then. Big fat thumbs up from me. Bye, guys. You will indeed. Have fun, everybody.